3. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Gentleman's podcast, or Gentleman's Lounge podcast, to be more precise. I'm Sean,
I'm Nate.
and we already have a podcast on this channel. It's a little, I would say, like imprecise of what this channel will probably be.
Yeah,
So
everything's like rough right now, but
Yeah.
we are gonna figure it out. Get it together.
yeah,
Game
we're
plan.
gonna clean ourselves up. But
Yeah.
to give what our idea for the channel is right now, I think the YouTube channel right now will be exclusively podcasts and live action videos, like skits and whatnot.
Agreed.
And we do have like a live stream let's play on Twitch. Due to like just schedule and just distance thing, we aren't as putting out video like streams and whatnot on that right now. So
Yeah. Eventually, we'll be putting out more, but until the time comes.
yeah.
For right now, we're just gonna be doing a podcast, probably or every other week.
All right. Sorry. You're like on my end. You were full on robot.
Oh.
It was kind of funny. But yeah, so that will be what this channel will be and all that. So we're gonna start the actual podcast right now. So Nate,
Yay.
you want to talk about facial?
Oh no, we're gonna say that for later.
Oh, okay.
We can't start with that. We can't start with that.
All right, fine. Then I'll talk about. Oh my God, I didn't look up any information on it, but.
Do you want to talk the Switch Lite again?
Oh my God. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm gonna explain it because I think I know more information about it. Yeah, I know more information about the whole Switch thing than Nate does because I'm a Nintendo boy,
Sure.
he isn't. So the whole entire Switch Lite thing, obviously, if you even go on the internet, you'll know what that whole deal is. It's pretty much a dumbed down version of the Switch, with no removable Joy-Cons, no docking ability. So you can't. That's my thing. You can't even call it a Switch because it doesn't have a Switch factor in it. If that makes any sense.
Well, yeah. Well, you can't even hook it up to a TV, and not alone, you can't even like take off the controllers for it.
No, so yeah, it's not a Switch anymore. I would call it like a Nintendo Go or something.
It's like a tablet. That's all it is.
Well, yeah, I would say, but what I would say, it literally looks like the Nintendo Wii U like little gamepad.
Yeah, it is the Wii U.
It's the Wii U without the Wii. It's just the
Exactly.
U.
It's the U.
Yeah, it's the Nintendo U.
It's just like a mini me of you.
Yeah, what you do if you're like, oh, this new product called Nintendo U, you open up the box, it's just a mirror.
Well, I'm thinking about like a mini you, but it's like
Oh.
like the me people
Oh my God, that'd be horrible.
from the Wii. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Mii's.
Yeah, that'd be fucking scary.
You know those still exist on the Switch, right?
Do they really?
Yeah.
That's great, honestly.
Yeah, no, I was like when I first bought my Switch, I was so happy. I was like, "Oh my God." But when I first bought my Switch, I didn't know that the Switch had like a touchscreen.
Hmm.
So when I was like, "Oh, touch the screen." I'm like, "Wait, this thing's a touchscreen?" It was literally because my brother was sitting across from me. He's like, "You didn't know that?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What, you a fucking idiot?" But joke's on him. I got him to lick the cartridge, so
Nice.
which I got you to do too.
Yeah, that was fucking disgusting.
But it's so much fun to watch people's reaction because it's like, hey, look,
It's the worst taste. Like
it's yeah.
it's horrible.
Like I don't know how they did it, but they did it. They made it the worst tasting thing I've ever tasted. But yeah, so, and it's, yeah, okay, so back on the Switch Lite. So, the thing with the Switch Lite is, what, like I said before, it's not dockable. It doesn't have, detachable Joy-Cons. And then, I mean, those are kind of the only big, well, actually, the other con is that you can't play certain games unless they're mobile. Like, they're meant to be mobile as well as the dock. But those are kind of like the main cons of the Switch. But in my opinion, those cons kind of like really outweigh me to not buy it.
Yeah, true. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the pros of it, and these are, okay, the problem was the pros of the Switch Lite. They're so small that they're ridiculous. Like, for one, the original Switch, like the Joy-Cons, they don't have a D-pad technically. They have 4 buttons that act like a D-pad.
Okay.
And a lot of people didn't like that.
Well, yeah, the D-pad like works better than like 4 buttons because not only that you just have to rotate your thumb.
Yeah, it's a faster input.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the second pro is it's smaller-ish. Like, it's not even that small. Like
it's like a millimeter off the top.
I mean,
haircut.
I think it's like 20% reduction on size. And then the other pro is that it has a somewhat longer battery life than the original Switch. I think it's like an additional 2 hours or so. Not even like a lot. And then the last pro is that it's $200. It's the cheapest console out to date.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
I mean, I got my Xbox on sale.
Well, yeah, and you also got your Xbox.
If I did, it would have been like 400.
Yeah, you got your, yeah, you waited like, oh my, you waited over like 5 years.
Was it 5 years? Holy crap.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, actually, it might have been longer. Hold on. Give me a second here. You might have waited a pretty decent amount of time to get an Xbox. Yeah, for those, because obviously you guys probably wouldn't know this, Nate, for the longest time, didn't have an Xbox One. He only had a 360, so he was kind of like, I wouldn't say back at the Stone Ages.
I only bought one like a year ago. No, it was like, it was last year. It's not even a year old, it's like 9 months.
Yeah. Xbox One. But yeah.
But, yeah.
I don't even, like, I think it was just that at one point, okay, so give me a second, I'm just trying to do math. So, yeah, I don't know if that's, no, that has to be, well, when did, Fallout 4 come out? Because the Fallout 4 came out,
it came out, like,
okay, yeah, so it had to been, so they're not telling me the actual release date, which is weird, because they're trying to say that its release was 2016, but Fallout 4 came out at 2000. Oh, because they're talking about the Xbox One S. That's why. So it had to been around 2015 or 2014 that the Xbox One came out. But even then, you waited a pretty long time.
Yeah.
To get an Xbox One. To even get a next gen console.
Yeah, true. I don't know. How is the Switch anyway?
The Switch, I like it. I liked it a lot more than the Xbox One. I still have a PS4, so I still get to play a lot of the main AAA titles. But the Switch has like a little, it definitely has its flaws. Don't get me wrong. But compared to the Xbox, I feel like those flaws are a lot more less than the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Because for me personally, I didn't like the Xbox One for a while.
I like it, but I've always had an Xbox, so.
Yeah, I've always had an Xbox too. I had 360, and I had then I got the Xbox One. The bigger problem with me was that the HUD, like the homepage and everything. It's still a mess.
It is a mess.
It's so it literally, because on my Xbox, and again I probably should have like cleaned my Xbox like storage wise and all of that, but like it would lag each time I would go to the next page, and it would take forever to get to one side to the other.
Damn.
And the other thing too is with the Xbox One, I feel like advertisements were everywhere.
Yeah, it is. It's all over the place, but I usually ignore it.
Yeah, I mean, but like the thing is, I was sitting there, I'm like, well, and I'm not trying to say like the PS4 is, in my opinion, the PS4 is better, in my personal opinion, as a gaming console. But like, with the PS4, you don't open the screen, you don't see like a huge amount of like ads. You only really see ads if you go on to like, if you hover over the
page.
Yeah, if you hover over the storage page. Or even sometimes when because when you scrolling through like games or applications, you can have the option to go down and see like the community or see what like new DLC has come out for it, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like almost like a link.
To check out the community of the game on Xbox, you have to hit like the start button.
Yeah.
As you hover over and then go into like the second option.
Yeah.
It's a little complicated.
No, I mean.
Like for it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's definitely not a well-rounded system, I guess.
Is there a bird?
Yeah, it's a bird.
Cool.
Yeah, I have a lot of noises in my house because I have the window open because it's fucking hot as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So, and when I was because I wanted a Switch, when it first was mentioned that the Switch was coming out, I was like, I don't think it's gonna work well because Nintendo hasn't had the greatest track record like in that time, because they came out with the Wii U and everyone hated it and it was just a bad system, and then they just kept releasing bullshit.
Yeah.
And then I agree. Yeah, and then I was like, well, it's just not gonna work because it just seems like it's. At first, it didn't seem like it seemed like so of an ambitious idea that there's no way it would work well. In a way. But and then like a bunch of like, then when I saw like what games were coming out on the Switch, like Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild.
Oh, I was super excited for Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, we had to do a Let's Play of that. You would really like that game. You would really like that game. And yeah, and all that, and I was like, I kind of want to get a Switch. I kind of want to get a Switch now. And then I mean, like, it wasn't like, oh, I really need to get a Switch, and I was like, kind of like find ways to buy a Switch. But like, when it came to mine, where I'm like, well, I could just sell my Xbox, because there was a point where I just stopped using my Xbox, and I only used it for like playing online with people and whatnot. And, like, I would be like, oh yeah, we can play like Minecraft or some crap like that. But then like games started to become more cross platform, so I could use my PS4, and I could also. That's the other thing about the PS4 that I like, is that when it comes to like microphones and it comes to streaming services, I feel like it's a lot more user
friendly.
User friendly, and a lot more user input, I guess.
Yeah, like the main reason why we haven't been able to stream a lot as we wanted to is because, well, most of the time I'm fine with streaming on my own, or we can stream together. But yeah, I've always wanted to to start streaming randomly at certain times. But the thing is, my mic setup doesn't work. If I plug the mic into the Xbox, it doesn't work. So I have to find this what was it, an adapter or something? Yeah,
it's a stereo adapter, because some people who might be listening to this podcast or stumble upon it might know that the Xbox One and how it's set up is that to use any pretty much to use any foreign, like any headset or any microphone that's not made by Microsoft and was not designed for the Xbox One, or kind of was and kind of not, you have to buy a stereo adapter. And those things are stupidly not like, I want to say they're not expensive, but they're expensive for what they are.
Yeah.
And the problem is that other companies make them. Microsoft makes their own, but other companies make them. The problem is that because I was looking, because like the best place I found to find all these are Amazon. But like the problem is that like I don't want to buy another company's made one and then have it not work the way we want it to work.
Yeah, true.
So I think we're just gonna have to bite the bullet and just buy because I think the cheapest I found was like around $32, but that's without shipping.
True.
So with shipping, it's probably gonna like round up to be like $45 because I don't know, because it all depends on where the package comes from.
Yeah.
And I actually probably should do this rather than later because all the freaking tariffs.
Yeah.
So
should probably get on that.
yeah, I'll probably get on that. But I mean I couldn't do it for the longest time because I lost my wallet.
Yeah.
So
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I just got my card yesterday. I just deactivated my card, then and then got a new card.
Did you ever find your wallet, or is it still?
No, I still haven't found my wallet, but the bank card was the only important thing in there.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I mean, that's the thing. I knew I lost my wallet in this house, in my place of living. I just couldn't find it, so I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna deactivate it just for safety precautions, and then get a new one.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I still have your sunglasses.
Oh, I still have your reward. We should. Okay, I was actually thinking about a skit idea about this. So I was thinking because I was thinking oh my god, we could do it it starts off as one friend being like, hey man, do you I'm gonna do I think of a charger cord, hey man, do you have my charger cord? Oh man, I forgot in my house. And the other friend's like, oh, okay, just remember to bring it by next time. Yeah. And it progresses and it keeps happening until the friend who keeps asking about it, all of a sudden the guy who has the charger cord is sitting there at his house and he gets a call, and he's like, hello. He's like, and it's a muffled voice, that voice changer thing. He's like, I have your family.
Yeah.
You're like, what the hell are you talking about? I have your family. I'm gonna kill them if you don't bring the charger cord. And they go, wait a minute, is this who I fucking think it is? Just bring the charger at this location. And the person's like, okay, I have the fucking charger cord. Just bring me fucking back my family. And he's like, oh cool. And the friend comes out, like, oh cool, you do. He's like, yeah. Now where's my family? He's like, oh, I kind of got carried away and killed them.
Or I got a better one. He's like, oh, I'll bring him by next week.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, okay. It just ends.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I still have to edit the other video. I'll put it up.
Alright. I'll probably edit this video. I'll just have to find an editing software program or something. Because I don't know.
Have the snowball. Well, actually, I have two of them.
I don't know if this, because I am using I'm using OBS, audio recording software. The reason okay, so I'm gonna explain this to you folks. The reason why I was gonna use this is because for starters, it's one of the only softwares that I've been able to find that you can also record desktop audio, and also you also capture desktop screening and all that, and that's what we were gonna do because me and Nate are talking over Discord. But
yeah,
it was way too laggy, and I was like, I don't want to do this to these folks. We're already just gonna sound like weirdos, so might as well just keep it a little sane. But yeah, yeah, exactly. Anyhow, but yeah, so though, oh, but
Do you
to
want
wrap,
to talk about the face?
I,
You can do it too.
but let me just, so, to wrap a couple of topics that we were talking about up,
Yep.
in my personal opinion, Switch Lite sucks. I think Nate can kind of agreed.
It looks shit.
It looks shit. I'm not gonna buy it.
Tastes
I'm definitely not gonna buy it. I blew pretty much almost close to $500 on my system. And yeah, so I'm good. But so yeah, Nate, you want to talk about your facial cream thing?
Alright, so this is fair warning. This is probably gonna get a bit disturbing.
Oh, okay. Wait.
It's not.
befo-
It's just gross as well.
Okay, before you start though, is this a personal experience or is this something you found on the web?
This is a real thing. It's on the Boston Globe News.
Okay, but
Boston
okay,
Globe.
so, all right. No, I just didn't know if you're like talking from personal experience.
This
or...
is a real article that I'm talking about. When this video goes up, I'll send you the link to the article
Oh, okay.
so you can put it in the description.
All right.
But so I was looking through just like I don't know. I rarely read news. I was just I'm moved to read news, and I found this article, right?
Yeah.
All right, and it said, all right, that baby hold on, what is it? I'm trying to think of the fucking word. Oh, baby foreskin is used in facial cream. Just gonna let that sink in there for a bit. Okay.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. So apparently, the oligarchs, the companies, have been buying the foreskin that have been cut off from babies, right? Have been using like the cells and stuff to make regenerative growth products for facial cream and other stuff.
Okay.
Beauty products.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why?
And it's been going on for a while, and no one knows about it.
But why?
I don't know.
They didn't explain why?
No, it has like regenerative properties apparently, I guess. Using like human tissue.
Okay, as much as that there's like I didn't know that, that doesn't like fucking surprise me about this fucking world and it's the shit they do. It's like I don't know. It's as shocking as it is, it doesn't surprise me that has been happening.
Yeah.
It like if that makes any sense. It's just like it's almost like, oh, you should expect that out of the world at this point.
Yeah. No, but like try to sink into your head that like if you've been circumcised, some lady has rubbed your fucking like part of your penis on your
Oh my god,
Like-
that is actually kind of
like-
crazy to think about though now. Wait, are you circumcised?
Yes, so
Okay.
baby Nate fucking little dick
I'm also
has been
circumcised.
used in facial
Oh.
products.
Alright, well, shit.
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying.
I mean,
It's not terrifying, it's just
It's-
fucking weird to think
it,
about.
it is kind of weird to think about. It's not something that you would think that they would use, you know? It's like the whole entire
Yeah.
hot dog situation.
Where it's just like pig stuff. I kind of expected that.
Yeah, as time goes on, I'm kind of like, I wouldn't say like completely okay with it, but I'm not as like, ew, grossed out by it. As,
So, females or anyone who's using
yeah,
like
even males,
watching-
you fucking sexist.
Yeah.
You're gender phobic. You fuck.
I don't use facial.
I know, but you should acknowledge that other genders do.
Okay,
Nate.
all right, fine. All right, you know what? Every person who is on this planet, if you use, all right, if you use being accepting of everyone, Sean. Okay.
I'm sorry, just I okay, continue. I'll explain later. Continue.
If you use this product, just bear in mind that like. Oprah Winfrey has been using this on her facial cream. So
Why did you
She does-
choose her?
it-
Why
it
did
is
you
an
choose her?
I don't know. She's the only lady I could think think about the things like facial beauty products.
You get baby foreskins. You get baby foreskins. Everybody gets baby foreskins.
Oh, fucking
Jesus. Oh. But yeah, no. That is just...
It's just a weird fucking thing.
It is definitely weird.
If you're as shocked as I was when I first read about this...
I'm, like, pretty shocked. I would say, like, I'm at 60% being shocked by that.
Yeah, I was about around that.
Yeah, but... Okay, so... Is there any more of that topic? Or is that just it?
That's it.
Okay,
That's all I wanted to let the media know.
Okay, so as I'm gonna look up the next topic and look more information about it, I'm also gonna pitch an idea with you. I think that a couple of podcasts we do like improv podcasts or even like one of us writes a or even not like improv but like improv, like we do like improv stories or whatever.
Oh, that would be fucking cool.
Yeah. So like
but
like each thing has a theme before we start. So like if you're
like a quote or something and we have to lead it to that or something.
Oh yeah, or it's just like an overarching theme, like like a comedy romance or a creepypasta, or I'm using creepypasta because it's the funniest thing I could probably think of. But
yeah.
But like, or even if people do decide to comment ideas, we take some of those ideas and we apply them to if someone has a theme of Sonic the Hedgehog, we have to use Sonic the Hedgehog as a character.
Yeah.
It could be, and that's the thing. It could be like a overarching theme, all the way down to like a singular item, like soda, but it has to evolve around that soda.
So we could be working at like a soda factory or some crap.
Yeah, or even like a haunted soda bottle comes and kills everyone. Okay. So, the topic that I was going to talk about today with all you folks and Nate is GameStop. Because GameStop has new ideas for its store. Because they have decided that because people keep wanting to buy GameStop, because their stocks have been plummeting. But I've heard a couple of things of what the idea is, that they're going to make it a little bit more of like a more friendly to the community, I guess, if that makes sense. Like I'm trying to find examples of what they said. Concept will... Sorry, I know there's like a bunch of dead air, but I'm also trying to read and try to find I'm trying to clip the information. So like, alright, just give me the information. Just give me the information article, goddamn. Anyhow. But like, there's gonna be, I think essentially that they plan on making it more of a like, I wouldn't say like a hangout, but pretty much that. Like, it's so like gamers will go and then GameStop will eventually start selling retro items as well, like like old console systems and all that. Nate, are you still there? Nate? Hold on, folks. I think Nate. Oh, Nate. Wait, I can't hear you, man. I don't know why that your voice just stopped having sound in my ear. Okay, so I'm gonna try to mute him and then unmute him. Okay, Nate, start talking.
Hi.
Okay. So sorry for that little like weirdness.
Okay, I was talking about something while you were looking for stuff.
Oh, okay.
You kept interrupting.
Okay.
And
So,
I was like trying to figure out why you couldn't hear me or something.
yeah, no, cause like for a while. So luckily, there's not that weird interruption between us. It's just dead air from your side and a little dead air on my side, but it's all good.
Oh, I was gonna be talking about.
It's all good though.
No.
But did you hear at least what I said about the GameStop shit? Oh, did it
What?
happen? Okay. Did you hear the stuff I said about the GameStop shit?
Yeah, I heard everything you were talking about.
Okay. No, I was just making sure. So was
What did it mean by like hangout? Like, is
So-
it like a pawn shop type thing, or like?
it's like, hold on.
Or
Again, I'm trying to find like a precise answer because nothing's giving me a precise answer. So here, I'm just gonna start reading an article and see what happens. GameStop thinks it has a way to keep its store relevant as downloads takes hold, revamping the stores themselves. The chain has unveiled a team up with designers R/GA on a plot program to revamp the stores and give them a place in video gaming culture. The concept stores will have layouts and promises meant to appeal more directly to gamers. You will have new ways to try games before buying them. Shops that are carriers solely to retro games and hardware. Even esports. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty much
So they're
like
trying to turn they're trying to turn the shop into an entertainment center.
kind of. I think it's what they're gonna do is, as from what I interpret from that article, is that one, you're gonna be able to try out games before you buy them.
Oh, okay.
So they're gonna set up a demo for that game, and it'll be like, "What do you think about this game?" Be like, "I'll buy it," or "I don't think it's for me." Okay. And then they're also gonna try to sell retro items, like items that you wouldn't be able to find. You know what I mean? Like, let's say like a GameCube controller or a GameCube, for that matter. Because they already do that on their website apparently. You can buy like a full-on PS2 from their website.
Damn.
And I didn't know that until someone did a review on it. I was like, really? I was like, damn. The other thing is that they're also going to have they're going to have stuff that appeals to, like, competitive gaming. So, like, so like, if you're like, oh, I want, like, hardware that will, like, you know, will put me up on, like,
Amplify.
yeah, like, like,
Make your game process faster or something.
yeah, so it's just like they're appealing to all of the pretty much like they said they're gonna try appeal to the gaming culture,
Okay.
which I think may work, and it also may not work. I don't know.
Yeah. I
I'm
feel
gonna,
like if you ever do it, I think it's just people are just gonna take it ironically and just not show up.
yeah. I mean, I would say like all of gaming culture would be that ironic. I think there are gonna be a
No,
couple.
like, if they, I don't know how to describe it. Like,
You think that
if
they
you
actually
push
do it?
to it, I don't think people are gonna be willing to go because they're just gonna see it as like a company just like
Well, no. I mean,
trying to fit in where they don't. But even though they already do fit into it, what I'm saying.
well, yeah, well, no, not the thing. Is that they do fit into it in a way, but I think with this, I think people are definitely going to be a little intrigued. Like, I might even go check it out, and I can't see anyone else not. I can't see.
No, I'll like go check it out.
Yeah, and I don't see no one gonna check this out. I really don't. I can see like a handful of people gonna want to check this out and see what it is all about. And to be honest with you, because I kind of know one of the GameStop managers, I might just ask her information about it.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah, we could like
I'm not convincing her to come on a podcast. I'm not. I'll just write down.
Okay.
I'm just gonna write down quotes from her and whatnot, and I'll just.
Okay.
But, what was I gonna say? But no, because it was funny. The reason why I know her because it was the process of me selling and buying my Switch that I know her through. So and it was like because I didn't know like what I didn't want to drag my Xbox all the way to GameStop and then be like, oh yeah, it's worth like $5, and then be like, well fuck, I don't want to sell it now. So I decided to call them, and I was calling her, and she's like, well, because I was telling her what I had and whatnot, and it was so funny because I was even telling her what I had and all that, and then she ended up going, well, you can just go online and look up the trade-in value and whatnot. I was like, oh, okay. Which I was like, then why do you even hear what I have? I think she was just intrigued about the sale, because obviously, as if you work at GameStop, you're technically a salesperson, so if you make more sales, you get more on your paycheck, whatnot. You know, as a car salesman would, you know, you get like a percent from those sales towards your paycheck. So I think she was just like, oh, you know, if I get this person to sell this stuff and then buy this, I have a huge amount of sales. And more money in my pocket. And then she's like, because she was also like super friendly. And then we went there and we were like talking about stuff and like games and whatnot. And then she's like, oh, why are you selling your Xbox? I'm like, well, I'm using the money towards a Switch. I'm gonna buy a Switch. She's like, oh, okay, cool. And they were talking about the Switch and all that, and there was a guy there too. He was okay. He was definitely not as friendly as her. I would say.
Yeah.
He was a little bit of like a kind of like he was a little prickish at some points, but he wasn't like too bad of a guy. And he was like explaining to me like, oh, you should get this for your Switch, and you should probably look into this. Which, okay, that's the one thing about a Switch, is that, and I think I told you about this too, but Switch accessories it's a crazy, the amount of shit that I've bought for the Switch. Like, all the accessories with it. And, yeah. I literally, and technically, I only bought the accessories that I kind of needed. Like, I didn't buy really, like, any accessories that are, like, just stupid and didn't have any purpose besides making the Switch look cool or just being there. But yeah. But, like, but from that point on, every time I go in there, it's, because, I went back in there because I bought a pre-owned Switch, so when I bought the Switch, one of my little, like, joysticks was drifting. Which, for people who are listening, and don't know what that means, it means that this joystick was just going in one direction, and it wouldn't stop going that direction unless you move it back.
Well, it's kind of like it's locked into that.
Yeah, it's locked into that. So unless you move it, it'll keep doing that. And that got annoying really quick, because I think the first game I got on the Switch was Mario Odyssey. And it got really, really difficult at some points. Like, I was so close to just being like, fuck it. It was ruining my experience with the Switch. So I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna go. Because I didn't know if it was, because I got a warranty for this thing, luckily. I think I got a pretty long warranty for the Switch. And so I was like, I don't know if it's covered under the warranty. I was like, I'll just go and I'll see. So I went in, and no joke, there was a line, and she, because like, it was me, because obviously I don't have my license right now, so I went with my brother, and she saw me and my brother, and she was working with someone like at the counter, and then she looks to her, like, her fellow employee, and she goes, can you take this over for a second? And she because me and my brother just went over to like look at other stuff, because we're like, well, we'll wait for the line to like slow down, and then we'll go up and ask our stupid question. And so we went over to like a different section of the store, and she comes around and she goes, what's the problem, guys? I'm like, oh, just one of the Joy-Cons, like one of the joysticks are like drifting and whatnot. She's like, I don't know why they keep doing that. She's like, people have been coming in and saying that all the time. So she like runs in the back, she runs back out, she's like, here, let me see your Switch. I'm like, okay. She puts in 2 different Joy-Cons and like starts playing around with it. She's like, okay, you should be good. All right, here you go, guys. I'm like, oh, thank you. And we just walked out. I will say it was definitely one of the more like friendlier experiences I had at GameStop. It wasn't. I didn't feel like a money grab, I guess. Nate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
No.
sorry.
No. It
I
was
was
just
like,
you. I didn't know if you're
I was
like.
getting in a nosebleed. Is there anything?
Okay. All right. But yeah. So. But I definitely do. I'm definitely curious about the future of GameStop because I think.
Yeah.
Say what you're gonna say.
I was gonna say it seems like it's wavering at this point, and we don't know if it's gonna stay or just go out like Blockbuster.
Well, the thing is that if they have a company if they're working with a company, the only okay, there's two ways it can really go at this point because GameStop had a very big history with like other people, like other companies coming in and being like, hey guys, how about we change it up a little bit? Because GameStop, I think they're just like money, like they're money hungry, so they kind of just want money and they could care kind of less about the consumer.
Yeah.
But I think with this company and honestly, if the thing is that I don't think they would announce all this stuff if GameStop wasn't on board with it. You know what I mean? Because it seems like they're very publicly open about this, and they have quotes from the company. So it's not like GameStop's being like, "Oh, we didn't mean for this to come out." It's like we understand that we're not doing too well with the community and with sales, and we want to improve and want to change how we sell and how we do. And in my opinion, I think it's almost like this is what I think GameStop is gonna be. I think it's gonna be like a shoe store, if that makes any sense. Like, you walk in a shoe store, you try on a shoe, you're like, oh yeah, it fits perfectly, and you go and you buy that shoe, and they have shoes for different things like sports, casual, or
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Like
it's say your thing.
It's not like yeah, it's not like going. It's like going to like it's like customizing things.
Yeah, it's like it's more of like they understand what the consumer is looking for, and they're going to give the consumer options, rather than them walking into the store and the consumer being like, yeah, I just want to buy this one thing, and it's like, well, why buy that when you could buy like a Faco pump or this fucking $200 system and this fucking game and blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, that's cool, but I kind of just want to try out this. Nope. What? Nope. You can't. Get to buy this. I think they're gonna be less money hungry and more like trying to please the consumer to get sales. Hopefully. But then again, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But hi birds. But yeah. I think to wrap up this topic, I think at the end of the day, I think I'm curious, but I still have my doubts.
Yeah. I'm kind of doubtful about what the future of GameStop holds. I'm hopeful that it will become something better than it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I was going to talk about before would be when I was silent because of technical issue.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, should we talk about what it's like to work at GameStop, like how you get paid?
Oh, okay. So I don't know. I haven't asked anyone at GameStop about this, but I was reading an article about how they get paid and how all their paycheck shit works. Well, for one, they don't get paychecks. They have a company card, pretty much a company credit card, where they get their money transferred over to that, and they can only take out a certain amount of money cash wise. And
yeah, I know it's ridiculous.
It's weird. I don't know if that's entirely true. I don't know if they changed the system. I didn't really fact check the article because it was really the only article I saw on it, so it could be all wrong. But apparently it was from a former employee and all that. The other thing is that GameStop would train employees to cheat people out of deals. So, for example, let's say you were going to GameStop and there was this deal going on. They would find a way in the system where you're getting less out of that deal than you would if you went with like the plain deal. Apparently.
Yeah.
And
it makes it feel like I don't know.
it makes it feel like
because of
corporate
that.
America.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the main, literally, like, this GameStop, because like, the GameStop I was talking about with the manager and all that, for one, it's the closest one to me, and two, it's really the only GameStop that I will willingly go into, at this point. Like, I really don't like going to other GameStops, because I just don't agree with GameStop's, business, views, I guess, is what I would call it. Nate.
Yeah.
Okay.
True. Yeah. Sorry, I kind of like zoned out.
Yeah, I can tell you've been doing that. I'd be like to stop talking for like a couple of seconds and just be like silent.
Silence.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what was I gonna say? Should we? I don't know if we should talk about it on this podcast or we should save it for another podcast. But should we talk about our Oh, actually, hold on. I don't know if we should.
What?
I don't know if we should talk
Should we
about.
talk about the
I was gonna talk
Twitch or?
about the what?
Oh, never mind. You continue.
I was gonna ask if we should talk about the whole entire the weed experience that we experienced. I think it was like last week or so.
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably cut that out too.
We can still say that. We don't have to cut that part out. We're fine with that.
Eh.
Yeah, we're fine with that. You wanna know? Okay, you wanna know how demonetization works?
No.
I can explain it to you. From what I think of how it works, because you have to be monetized by YouTube to order to be demonetized, or you can be demonetized for something extreme. Obviously.
Yeah.
Like obviously, if we say something pretty bad, or we say something that
Yeah.
is endangering other people, or then then we could be demonetized. But otherwise, like the thing we just said, we can't really be demonetized for.
Yeah.
But
You know
anyhow,
what I just realized?
what?
Oh, actually, never mind. That's probably even worse. Never mind.
Also, it's in that whole entire subject, it's legalized where we are.
True.
So like if YouTube really has a big problem with that, then they can talk to the state about that.
I'd just rather refrain from talking about like that stuff on the channel.
Yeah.
Anyway, we could talk about our Twitch channel.
Yeah. Well, so our Twitch channel. Right now, it's probably not gonna be as consistent as the YouTube channel will be. But we're probably gonna play all sorts of games. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think so. Again, I'll probably order the adapter, but I don't know how long that's gonna take.
Yeah.
So if you want to stream in between, then we can. Because we still have my PS4. I just have to lug it over or whatnot. But yeah. But we definitely do have to decide, because how the stream's gonna work for the people who are listening is that I think we're probably gonna have one game we're gonna be streaming as a series, and then we'll move on to the next game. Unless that game's not doing well, then we're not gonna do that game anymore.
What I was thinking is that well, I don't know if this is gonna happen now or it could be later in the future of this trip. But Bad Game Monday is something we wanted to do.
Yeah, I was hoping I wanted to do. So might have to be a little. That one might have to be a little. We have to we had to figure all this out. We had to figure schedule out, and that one I think we can. I think we could do. I think it's just like we have to figure out a schedule and a thing, and what we want to do and what we want to price.
Once we're set in our way, we can like start.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Once we have, I think everything together, I think we can start doing that. But and again, Bad Game Monday. If we can't, I mean, I have a couple of bad games, but like,
I have a crap ton. Don't worry.
But yeah, so.
I have a couple we could play. We could just play free games also.
Oh god. But yeah, I think we just have to like, I wouldn't say prioritize, but I think we definitely have to do a couple of thinking because
yeah.
Schedules and.
What I was thinking for video, well, it's hard to do it every day.
Oh yeah, definitely, because I couldn't do it every day.
Either we do once a week, or we could do 2 videos a week because plus Bad Game Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely want the podcast to be a little bit more consistent than anything, because I know we can do the podcast a little bit more consistently. Because,
yeah, the podcast would be pretty well organized.
Yeah, because
we're probably gonna do this frequently.
Yeah, because for those who are listening, the podcasts won't be edited that much unless, for example, we will have guests on this podcast.
Yeah.
And they say something that's like a little too over the line, then I'm definitely gonna cut it out. That's
not
just
only that, but mention of other people, like last names and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Probably not gonna tolerate that.
Yeah.
Because people just don't want like
last
to be
names.
bothered for their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
first name's.
Yeah, first name
Unless
is fine.
it's like a fame, like Dave Carell.
Well, yeah, but first of all, Nate, it's not like anyone like that is gonna come on my show.
Maybe one day.
Okay, Nate. Let's be realistic right now. That's not gonna happen.
we're nowhere close to Joe Rogan.
Oh God, no. We're nowhere. We're not even nowhere close to freaking Leafy.
Who is he? Oh yeah, that guy with the
guy.
Like the Smurf dude.
I think think Leafy's the one who like trashes on like a bunch of other YouTube people.
No, he looks like something from Disney.
Oh yeah, he looks like something from Disney. He looks like an elf. That's what he looks like. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about now. But anyhow, but yeah. So, but otherwise the podcast will be uncut, unedited. So, obviously, with like the amount of dead space there was a little bit before, that's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
And all that.
Beginning of the beginning.
Yeah, so yeah. It's just to be honest with you folks, the reason why I don't feel like editing the podcast is because I feel like it'll be taking too much time, and I would rather shoot them out rather than go through them and edit them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the only times they would be edited is like just the bleep stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, again, like bleep stuff, or even take out an entire conversation because of stuff that people will say.
Yeah. Right now we're only recording audio, but like in the editing, the only thing we're gonna put on there is just
like a background.
Yeah, just a background. That's probably just our channel thing.
Yeah.
Like a random picture of Danny DeVito.
No, it'll probably be our logo. We're not playing Danny DeVito again.
Oh wait, you don't like Danny DeVito?
I only did that once, and I'm not doing it again. And now I'm glad I'm glad I'm editing the podcasts. I'm glad I'm in charge of that, because you'd be putting that and like JoJo shit on it, and I know you.
No, I wouldn't be putting JoJo stuff on it. What I'd be doing is like, putting little side notes and side comments within the podcast.
No, I'm good with that now. I mean, I think. In my personal opinion, I think the podcast should remain with nothing going on the screen.
Yeah, or like, I don't know, once in a while, like, if we can't like explain something, we could just put the photo up of it. So if
I
we're talking about something in the news that happened.
I guess, but I think in my opinion is that I think how podcasts really work when people don't have to look at something and they could just plug in their headphones, sit back and listen.
Yeah, I agree.
So like, I think keeping that.
Yeah, that's what pad podcast is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about Mission Pacific.
What? Well, I mean, do you really want to talk about another podcast on this podcast?
I'm promoting it because it's fucking
You can't.
great. I love it.
Okay.
I'm not getting paid for this. This is my personal.
Well, obviously you're not going to be paying for this. We have no sponsors. Who would be paying you?
Exactly. I'm just saying to people who are listening.
All right.
So, if you have a chance, they're on Spotify, they're on SoundCloud. They're called Mission is. Should listen. Pretty good.
Jesus. Say that one more. Say the title one more time.
Mission to Zyxx. That is
okay.
ZYXX.
Okay. It was just when you're.
Basically, they're like a sci-fi podcast that like improvs, and it's really funny. I love it.
No, it's just when you were first explaining saying the title, you went full like really bad robot. You're like.
Oh.
And I was like, oh dear.
Oh no, technical issue.
Uh-oh. Looks like looks like there's technical issues down in the basement. But yeah, so
is there anything else we're gonna talk about?
Well, we talked about the Twitch, we talked about this channel.
Skits.
Okay, what, say?
Skits. I'm thinking they'd just be randomly pushed out.
Yeah, I think those. Okay, the skits. I feel like we should take our time with.
Yeah.
Like those out of all the things we do, and okay, for the listeners, I get we are talking about what we plan on doing in the future for this channel, but you guys are as big as a part of this as me and Nate. You guys are here too.
Yeah, you're the only reason why we exist.
Yeah. Well, no, we exist on our own agendas. It's just we would like. For me personally, the reason why I kind of want
and be part of it.
Yeah, like the reason why I even wanted to do stuff like this is because I at least want to put some joy in some people. I like seeing people happy.
Yeah.
I like making people happy.
Like later in the future, we could do Q&As and.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be fun. I definitely will do a Q&A if people want us to do a Q&A. That'd be fun. But no. So anyhow, I think we should take more time with the skits. Like I think pushing one out each month or even every other month will be fine.
True.
Because I mean, again, like I said, like that way we're not pressured.
Take a while, we have to edit them, and then
yeah.
If we just take a while, we're not pressured, and they come out better, more quality.
We have more time to take more shots, to plan out stuff better, to have the dialogue be like, just fair and whatnot,
yeah.
And and even like if we need a prop or something, you can round up that prop before our deadline or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
like their invisible hat.
Oh my god, yeah, that was bad. Yeah, and I think that's the reason why.
It's a pretty shitty skit.
Yeah, and I think that. Yeah, I think that's when we were doing that. I think that's where I got the idea of taking time on that because I was like, because at that when we were doing that, I'm like, I feel pressure.
Yeah, we literally did that within 30 minutes.
Yeah, we did that.
When it comes out.
Yeah, so and that was So I think.
You write down a note to remind me something.
Wait, what? To remind you. Well, if you want, after this podcast, we could talk more about stuff like this.
Oh yeah, okay. Then.
All right.
I'll just keep it.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna stop the podcast because we're pretty much almost reaching an hour.
Yeah, we're pretty good. we got really anything else to
Yeah.
talk about either.
Yeah, we have nothing really else to talk about. I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. I hope you guys, hang in there for our baby steps into the social media world.
Yeah.
And and all that. We'll definitely have more podcasts. Like next, you can expect a podcast coming out the week following and all that. So you can always expect podcasts. Our Twitch account. Nate, do you remember our username off the top of your head?
The official Gentleman's Lounge, but official is spelled wrong. It's with
Yeah.
one L.
Okay, yeah, okay, so yeah, it's that.
I think it's 69 at the end, but I can't remember.
I don't think we put a 69 at the end. I think we only put the 69 on our email.
Oh yeah, I think it is on our email. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
We also have an email.
Yeah, we
Don't spam it.
Yeah, we're not. I'm not gonna say the full email, but because
Yeah.
I mean, unless like you people really want to send good ideas and not just death threats.
Yeah. No, I'm fine with death. Fun.
Oh my god. Okay. Sorry. You just. This is gonna be a really short topic. Hopefully.
Okay.
But you just remind me. So, okay. So, I just recently went back on Instagram because I left because it was just getting boring and it was just I think it was
Yeah,
just
no, I tried to just uploaded one thing.
yeah. And it's just like I was more looking on stuff rather than uploading, which I'm gonna start doing more. But when I was on there, one of my friends who I knew way back, like kindergarten, he does art, but he was being accused of copying like other people's art, and then he was so done with it, he's like, you know what, I'm giving up on art. But luckily I looked on today, he got out of that funk and he's done. But he was getting like threats and he was being like trolled by and everything.
Damn.
And okay, in my personal opinion, when it comes to art like that, and there's a lot of, I've heard it from a lot of like artists even too, that when people copy art, it's fine to copy art as long as you give credit to the artist or you're using it for a reference. It becomes a problem when you claim it to be your own.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked into his art. I haven't seen if he actually copied that art style or even the whole entire because he was like drawing this character. I can't remember the character's name. It does sound like I'm not a good person because I'm not like paying attention to certain details, but like it was just the overarching theme where I was like, oh, that's bad. But yeah, because when I was a kid and when I drew, I would draw other stuff. I would be drawing like
Yeah, I definitely draw the guy from Doom.
yeah, I'd be like drawing the Halo. I'd be drawing like Master Chief or whatever, because I liked it and I like wanted to take a crack at drawing it. And if to be honest, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to understand certain art concepts and all of that. And it's definitely tough to draw from your own imagination, but it's definitely doable. It just takes time, and it's good to have references because, like, for example, if you're doing like anatomy or figure drawing, it's very useful because you know proportions, you know how to be atomically correct, or you even learn some cool art tricks or cool art designs. Like for example, like if I didn't really get into like drawing other stuff, I wouldn't really know half the shit I know. But yeah. But in my opinion, it sucks that people get trolled for that kind of stuff. When they're just trying to, it's not like he was being. I think he used to do commissions, if I'm not mistaken, my friend. But I don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna say his name because I don't have permission to say his name. I'll explain more to it to Nate later. But sorry for you folks who are kind of being out of the loop. But at the end of the day, I think I think the internet could be a very toxic environment, and it sucks. But like, there's some times where I feel like the internet does band together and do some right, and it's cool when it happens. And it's like, when like a YouTuber is struggling and they, or even like not even a YouTuber or someone just famous on the internet is struggling and they're like, and they, you know, they don't want to show their weakness, but you know, they're like, you know what, maybe I'll ask for help, and they do get the help they need, and it's really great. I think that's when the internet shines and it's like cool. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that will do it for this podcast. A
couple things before we wrap up. We'll put links in the description to everything. So
to the Foreskin
Twitch
Baby
channel, and the Foreskin Baby. You can read it.
Yeah, you guys could read it. You find out. You can even look it up yourselves and whatnot. But yeah, we'll put.
Do your own research.
Yeah. So the only link will probably be the our Twitch account. Don't expect anything on it right now. Like we said, it's not really active right now, but we're gonna make it active soon. But yeah.
Yep.
I hope you guys have a lovely life.
A lovely life so far.
Yeah, so far. Yeah. I hope we didn't like destroy your ears or anything, or like just kill your brains.
Hope I didn't destroy your.
It's just like this. It was so funny because you like amped it up, like destroy your. Okay, I'm gonna stop this so we're not like keep going on. All right. Bye, you.
Have a great day. Love you. Bye.
Yeah, love you guys.